If you see, yeah, to be a bit cynical, if you see the Wikileaks story only as a story, I mean, of course it makes the story and our documentary more interesting, because you have a guy who is not only the champion of freedom of speech, which he is, but who is also might be a very bad guy. Yeah. We don't know. So in that way, I think more people, yeah.
How many things do you think Julian Assange has wondered? We have gone too far.
How do you mean? Or could you repeat the question?
Because his life is in danger, his health is in danger. I think he can think of that's enough. Perhaps it would have been better to stop before, not arriving to that situation. I don't like to be that, or he likes to be that.
But I think for him as a person, I think he is a person who is always wanting to go all the way, and in a way it is good, because he has shown what can be done with quite simple means. I mean, how much staff has he got? Not so much. How much money? Some money, more than me, but not so much, and he has done a lot. So now there are many others people. I mean, there are defectors from Wikileaks who are starting open leaks. Yeah. There are Russell leaks. There are people trying to do similar things. So he has shown, and he is one person. His organization cannot be sustainable. It will not exist or have influence of today in 10 or even 5 years. This is what I believe. But there will exist many different others, and that's good, because if you have just one, it could be taken down. They could become crazy or sort of bunker-minded and paranoid. But if you have several different, it's good.
It was a pilot project. We called it a pilot.
Yeah.
And there will be many. There will be many more. And that is the important story. I think that the important story is now that you said in the beginning. Sorry?
No. Continue.
Wikileaks is maybe the important story of the last 10 years. I think Wikileaks is the most important story of the internet. Mm-hmm. The internet is Wikileaks. Wikileaks is the internet. Wikileaks could not have happened without the internet. But in Wikileaks, the internet takes the nature it was supposed to take when it at the very beginning, empowering the people, making it horizontal, opening up information. All these things. And not that Wikileaks is doing it in concrete, it does it in concrete in a lot of instances, but it shows the way, it shows what the future is going to be like. And that's exactly what the powers that be are really, really afraid of. Yesterday, Saskia Sassen, I quote her again, was speaking that the development in the last years was showing that the executive branch of government, it's part of the discussion about the state getting less. No, she said, the state is not getting less, but some parts of the state are getting much more powerful. It's the executive. The executive is getting more and more powerful, but the legislative is getting less and less powerful. And that is a part of the state that goes down. Like goes down a lot of public things and so. And Wikileaks comes into that, because this is parallel to the fact that the small elite is taking more and more power, more and more wealth, and more knowledge. And the mass is having less of the whole piece. And Wikileaks runs into that and does exactly the opposite. And that's something that is it's anti-cyclical, it's against the current development. And that makes it extremely interesting.
You talk about the power and the money. Where's the money from?
No, the knowledge.
The knowledge.
The information. The information. We live in the information society. We live in the network society. This is a source of. This is a source of power. It is a source of wealth. Possibly, they are not for the money themselves. It's also it's secondary.
But Wikileaks works with money. Some people gave them money or not.
Yeah, of course. But it's not. I mean, there had been, for instance, a rumor in the Netherlands because there is a scandal going on around because of WikiLeaks and because one person a Dutch hacker who was associated with WikiLeaks and actually stopped exactly in answering of the question what you asked. Is it not going too far? Well, he thought at some stage that it was not so much going too far in general, but going too far for him because he has a family his case. And so he dropped out of WikiLeaks without problems, without his rock contract. Yeah. So, but there were articles in the newspaper that Rob Conrad was walking around with €1 million and approaching ISPs if they could please host WikiLeaks. This kind of money is not going around. WikiLeaks is it's several hundred thousands, but not very much more than that. It's not millions or so. You don't need this kind of money anyway.
No?
No, you don't need. I mean.
If you create Creative Commons, no, I think. You create Creative Commons, no?
What do you mean?
You create Creative Commons or work with Creative Commons, no?
No, I'm not even. Yeah,
but
everything I do is Creative Commons, but I mean, and I know the people of Creative Commons.
It's an idea of working on the internet without paying money.
No.
And WikiLeaks needs money for people working.
They do need money for that.
And they get this money unless all avenues of transferring the money are closed. But it's not a multi-million business. Because you don't need, for instance, in the ISP thing, that article in the Dutch newspaper was so ridiculous in saying that Rob Rochek was walking around with €1 million and tried to convince the ISP to host WikiLeaks. He founded the ISP which is hosting WikiLeaks anyway. It's Access for All. And everyone knows that. And Access for All does it for free or for very little money.